basketball game. Really proud of my team. I think some of you have watched us play, and you've not seen anything like that so far. So, and I say that in a positive mode. I was really proud of the way we hung in there. We got behind a little bit. I thought we made some shots. We executed pretty well. We talked after the game about how important every possession is, and you can talk about the last play. It was a great play. I mean, the guy makes a great he makes a great shot, and we had a guard. So I mean, from that standpoint, you got to give him credit. But you talk about how important every possession is. You go back, you miss a couple rebounds, or turn it over in the first half. So you don't know how it's going to end up. But I was really proud of the effort. I was proud of the young guys. Basically all young. I thought that we hung in there and made plays when we needed to. We just couldn't get the stop at the end.
Wes, tell us about the play. First of all, hitting the jump shot, and then is there anything you guys could have done any differently defensively on that last possession at all?
I think we went through the timeout and talked about what we was gonna do, and we executed. Just a great shot by Vontae Rice.
Wes is back here, sorry. Is this the best game you guys have played? And even though it's a loss, is this the kind of thing, Coach has been talking about needs something good to happen. Does this qualify?
Yeah, definitely. We seen some good traits out of us. We came together as a team, worked hard, and fight for each other. So we seen that we got the potential to win some games and to make a good run, but we still got some ways to go.
As we saw J3, calling for the ball and trying to make some plays late in the game. Are you seeing him do that more as he's gaining confidence?
Yeah, J3 has got better every game, so he's just getting more confident, and I try to instill some confidence in him by talking to him and keeping him on a positive note.
How difficult of a matchup was Rice for you guys throughout the game?
We really have never seen a guy as strong as him like that could power his way and could shoot the jump shot like that. So it was a big difference, and it was a tough guard. And he played good.
Let's talk about the steps that you guys need to take to build on from this effort.
We're just going to go back to the drawing board, listen to Coach, and try to execute in practice first so we'll be able to execute in the game.
Wes, can you give us an idea of how Illinois compares with some of the better teams you've played?
They bring great intensity, plays very hard, and defensively, it's just tough to create a shot. So it just gave us a good run for our money and came out with the win.
Wes, early on, there was a lot of turnovers early. Did you feel like the team and the young guys especially kind of collected themselves, played with better poise down the stretch?
Yeah, at first, there's 21,000 people in there. I don't know who wouldn't come out nervous for the first time being in front of that many. So it took time. We got a little comfortable, started feeling better about ourselves, got some confidence, and limited the turnovers.
Wes is still a little ways off, but talk about, especially for your young guys, how playing in an atmosphere like this, playing in a tough, intense game like this is going to benefit y'all when SEC time comes around.
It just takes away some of the nervous feeling from being transferring from high school to college. So for the young guys, they'll be able to understand and already have their feet wet going into the conference when we start playing in front of them big crowds such as that one.
Wes, you got other games where you guys were kind of hanging around with some better teams and then kind of let things slip away. Why do you think it was different today that you were able to answer some of the, runs?
I just think we growing more as a team instead of things being a little uncordial or maybe a little out of whack. We came together more and relied on each other and fought for each other.
In the Xavier game, you guys would tie it up several times, but never took the lead. So how important was that? I think it was a D'Angelo Allen 3 that finally gave you guys the lead.
Man, it just gave us a push. We had a few bad possessions in that little stretch, and that 3 just woke us up. It brought a little more energy to the team.
Wes, early on in the first half, you had the turnovers and were struggling a little bit, and then Techie gets that flagrant foul. Did that fire you guys up at that moment? It seemed like you guys closed the half a lot stronger after seeing Techie go down.
Well, he is one of us, so it built us up, and we told him, like, you don't got to react, and we can fight for you, so don't worry about it, because, he was talking a little bit after that, but we told him don't worry about it, and we was going to fight for him, and we came together and fought as one.
Wes, after you hit that shot at the end, and then after the timeout, you were kind of talking with Kendrick Nunn a little bit. What were you talking about?
Me and Kendrick is like a great rival. He played with Mean Streets in AAU, so I knew Kendrick for a long time, and we were just having a few words, nothing too much.
Anything else for Wes? All right. Thanks, Wes.
Kim, what did you see out of Wes today? I mean, been out of the starting lineup, and then he looked kind of like the guy that was encouraging everybody else and taking the big shot down the stretch.
Yeah, I put him back. Actually, Naaman's been sick. Naaman's been sick most of the week, or I say most of the week, 2 or 3 days. So he didn't get to practice today, and so I went ahead and put Wes back in. I thought he responded really well. Early on we had so many mistakes. I think at the first timeout, or the first media timeout, I think we had 5 turnovers. So, and they were not like forced turnovers. They were like throwing the ball back or whatever. So, but I thought Wes played well. He stepped up at the end and wasn't afraid to take the big shot.
Kim, you guys went down 42-36. Can you just talk about how your team responded, not only offensively but defensively? At that point, I think it was the biggest lead that they had in the game, and you could have turned either way at that point.
Yeah, and in the past it's turned negative. I think as we've seen it with this group of young guys, a little bit of a run, and then we and then all of a sudden we're down 10 or 12. I thought we responded really well. I learned something today about this group, and I think, and I don't want to be a program where we're happy to lose. Well, we only lost by 3, but no, that's not what this is. But I did watch some guys grow up, and I watched some guys show what they can do on a regular basis. Or what they can do on one basis. Now we got to do it on a regular basis. We talk about consistency being really important with these guys, but I thought we responded well when we were down 6. I was like you. I'm like, and we've been here before, and I thought we came back, and I think we made a 3 maybe, and played pretty well.
Kim, what did you guys talk about in the last timeout? Did the guys kind of play that position?
Yeah, we pretty much knew. We thought that's what they do, and we talked. We're going to switch every ball screen, and we talked about playing some zone, but we haven't played zone the whole game, and so I didn't really want to do that. I think we covered it. He made a great shot. The only thing you wish you could do differently is if maybe J3 had gotten closer and blocked it, but he makes a great shot, so you got to give him credit. The thing is, you can't put yourself in that position. We missed some rebounds, coming down the stretch. So we had some wasted possessions, and against good teams, you can't afford to do that.
Kim, to your left, you seem to have scouted Illinois' weaknesses really well. I'd like to know how you prepared for driving the lane, taking advantage of Egwu hedging, that sort of stuff, and how your assistants work that out.
Taking advantage of partner, what'd you say? Drive?
The drives that took advantage of Egwu, defending at the high post.
Yeah, we worked a lot on that. One of our weaknesses has been, and it turned out to be a weakness today. I mean, guarding the dribble, guarding the drive. I mean, they got a couple, but they didn't get a bunch. We wanted to take advantage of Egwu dragging screens and trying to throw back maybe to J3 or somebody, and we thought that was an area where we had a little bit of an advantage, maybe get a mismatch. So, but they, you know what, they're a good team. They're gonna have a great year, and in the end they figured out how to win.
I wasn't clear. Maybe what I was asking about was Illinois' your offense against Illinois.
Our offense?
Yeah.
Man, I just gave a great answer on
It
our
was.
defense.
It was good.
I thought our offense was better. It's been one of those. We've changed some things, and we're still changing things. And one thing that we've tried to do is get more ball movement. Move people around more. We were really stagnant, I thought, a couple of weeks ago, and we've tried some different things. We have some execution problems still with young guys, but I thought our offense was better, and I thought we were able to drive it a little bit. That's one thing that we've struggled, is being able to play north and south. We're kind of an east-west team, and we need to be able to go north and south. I thought we got some of that today.
Kim, could you elaborate a little bit on Raymante Rice and what makes him such a tough assignment to guard?
Well, he can do so many things. I mean, he's so strong. He shoots the ball well. He gets it to the hole. Really good player. He's just a hard guard for anybody. His strength really makes it tough. And then when he's knocking down shots like that, or like he did there at the end, it makes it even more difficult. But he's a great player. And he was the two guys coming in that we worried about were him and Malcolm Hill. And we should have worried about Ahmad Starks too. But just from the standpoint of scoring averages and mismatches, because Malcolm's similar to that too. Malcolm can do some things too to make things tough. So those were the two guys. But Starks obviously played really well too. He was a tough matchup, or he was a tough stop there for a little while.
Playing smaller with Ryan and Keanu on the bench, is that something you envision more of going forward, or was that more to do with this game?
No, I think we're going to make some alterations. I think that I'm not saying the other guys aren't going to play. I came into this game with the idea that I wanted to play J3 and Chiquina and D'Angelo more, two of the three of them at a time, and I still wanted Ryan to get a shot in there and see how he can do. But I wanted to play these other three guys and see how they did. I thought they did well. Now we did match up pretty well against Illinois, in that not the true post up guy. Egwu does a good job of setting screens and slipping, and he didn't hit a three today, but he's been making threes. So it was a good matchup for us, or it's better than it would have been if we'd have played probably Ryan or Keanu in there.
What kind of progress do you see from J3 as far as asserting himself as a go-to scorer, but still not forcing shots, like kind of that three-pointer that he showed?
Well, we're searching for a guy. J3 and Wes and Ryan and Keanu were all role players a year ago, and with some very talented guys. I mean, Jabari Brown and Jordan Clarkson, Ernest Ross, those guys were talented. And so now I would say our progress has been slow in getting some of them to step up and be primary guys. You know, you can't have 13 role players, so you got to have guys that step up. And I thought J3 did a great job. Now he's not there yet, obviously, but he wanted that sucker when it was, when it was on the line. He wanted that ball, and so we need to develop some guys like that, that we can get the ball to in crunch time, just like they did. They gave it to Ravante Rice. That's who I would have given it to too.
Kim, it seemed like.
Oh, hey Joe. Hey.
It seemed like there was, from the players, there's lots of shows of emotion and passion, maybe more than we'd seen in the previous 10 games. Was that maybe one of the encouraging things to you, that it seemed like they were actually having fun and playing more naturally than that?
Really encouraging. Now, the atmosphere adds to that. Certainly great atmosphere here today in St. Louis, but we talked about, in the locker room, we talked about, hey, you don't want to be real, I don't want to be negative, but we get a rebound here, we get a stop there, whatever it is. Maybe we work a little harder in practice. Maybe then we don't have this feeling. And not taking anything away from Illinois, certainly they beat us, but I've said this publicly, we are not a good practice team. And we need to be a good practice team if we're going to get better. So, I don't want to lose, but I'm certainly encouraged. And I was encouraged by, there's some guys hurt, which is good. I'm not sure I've seen that feeling quite like this year.
All right, thanks everyone.
I got one.
Cam, I just wanted to ask you, kind of what you were talking about there leads into this a little bit. You've got 10 days until Oklahoma State. Is it good for this bunch to get a little bit of a break? Is it good for you to get some time with them in the practice gym, or would it maybe be better to have more games closer together at this point?
No, I think we need a break. I do. We're going to practice the next couple of days. We're going to go back and do some stuff, but we've played 11 games now, and we've been to Maui, we've been to Oklahoma, we've been here, so I think it's good. I think we get away, have a great time with our families, have a Christmas break, and then come back and gear up for the last, the rest of our non-con, and then go into our conference season. Is that it? Hey, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you.